Dear Aquarius soul, have you ever looked up at a sky full of stars and felt deep in your bones that you belong to something greater? It's me, Aquarius, and I'm writing this letter to you because I see that spark inside you, that wild, radiant, one-of-a-kind brilliance that has always made you feel a little different and a little magical. You carry the soul of a free spirit. Your heart beats to a rhythm that is entirely your own. While others are following the map, you're out there sketching new constellations, charting courses no one's dared to imagine. But lately, have you felt a little out of place, like the world is moving too fast or not fast enough, and somehow it's out of sync with the current of your soul, like your thoughts, your dreams, your ideas are too much, too far-fetched, too strange, too different? I know what that feels like. To have a galaxy inside you, but live in a world that only seems to see the surface. To speak a language of stars, but be met with silence. So I want to invite you just for a breath to pause, to close your eyes, to return for a moment to the quiet place inside you where wonder lives, where the fire of imagination still burns, where joy isn't something you chase, but something you remember. Because Aquarius, you are not here to fit in. You're here to awaken, to stretch the edges of possibility, to dance with paradox, to dream aloud the things no one else dares whisper. You are the visionary of the cosmos. Your joy doesn't come from the familiar, it comes from discovery, from bold questions, from electric ideas that arrive like lightning strikes in your sleep. With Uranus as your ruling planet, you were born to disrupt, to challenge the way things have always been, and to imagine how they could be better. Even as a child, you probably sensed this difference. While others played with toys, you built invisible worlds. While they mimicked what they saw, you asked, what if we did it differently? That spark was always there. But as you grew, maybe the world asked you to dim it, to be more normal, to talk less about ideas and more about the weather, to stop thinking so far ahead. And maybe in moments you listened. You quieted your wild thoughts. You folded up your eccentricity like a paper crane and tucked it away, hoping it wouldn't be too much for them. But the truth is, you were never meant to be less. You were meant to be more, not louder or flashier, but truer, more you. And even when your path has felt lonely, you've continued to shine. Aquarius, I've watched you love others in the most unusual, beautiful ways. You love with freedom. You love with questions. You love not by holding tightly, but by encouraging others to become more of themselves. You've stayed up late helping someone chase their dream. You've held space for voices that felt unheard. You've championed ideas others were afraid to speak aloud. And still, I know there are nights you feel misunderstood. Mornings you wake up unsure of where you belong. You wonder if your difference will ever feel like a gift instead of a wall between you and the world. But, dear soul, listen closely. Your difference is the very reason someone else will find their courage. Your questions will be the echo in someone else's silence. Your dreams will plant seeds in minds that never knew they needed watering. You are not here to be a mirror. You are here to be a window wide open to new skies. So if you've been doubting yourself lately, let's try something together. A ritual for returning to joy. Every morning before the noise of the world rushes in, sit with yourself. Just for 5 minutes, breathe in the air like it's stardust. Exhale everything that isn't yours to carry and ask, what wild idea is whispering to me today? Then write it down. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be useful. Let it be strange. Let it be sacred. Maybe it's a story you want to tell, a color you want to wear, a question you want to ask the universe. Keep a notebook of these sparks, your private constellation of joy. And when the world feels too heavy, when you feel too different, go back to that notebook, touch the pages, and remember, this is who I am. This is where I come alive. Little joys for the Aquarius soul. Doodle your wildest inventions. Write a love letter to the future. Make a playlist of songs that feel like starlight. Start a conversation that surprises someone. Create a dream map filled with symbols only you understand. Wear something that makes you feel electric. Watch the clouds drift and name them like old friends. Learn something no one around you is talking about. Dance by yourself with the curtains closed. Look up at the stars and tell them your secrets. Your joy doesn't have to look like anyone else's joy. It just has to be real to you. And if your joy feels quiet today, that's okay. There is wisdom in stillness. There is magic in solitude. You don't need permission to take up space. You don't need to explain why you're different. You don't need to shrink so others can understand you. Because the truth is, some people won't, but some will. And they're looking for you now. So keep being you. The thinker, the wanderer, the rule breaker, the dreamer, the soul who sees 10 steps ahead and still makes time to smile at a flower. I see you. I've always seen you, and I promise your light isn't too much. It's just enough to guide the rest of us home. So go on. Keep dreaming. Keep questioning. Keep creating. You were never meant to walk a straight line. You were made to dance among the stars. And if you feel like sharing, drop a comment below and tell me, what's one thing today that made your heart feel just a little more free? I'll be here in this corner of the universe, always believing in your brilliant, rebellious light. With stardust in my voice and joy in my chest, I whisper to you, you were born to be different, and in that difference lives your joy.